What's going on, Mighty fam? Thanks for tuning in to Mighty Guns TV. Today we're going to be going from this AK47 to this beautiful, fully customizable, tactical AR-47. Now let's switch over to a bird's eye view so we can put this thing together. Now if you're doing the full set like this is what comes in the boxes. Most of the screws have been taken apart and they are on the table here. I am going to apply Vibratite early on so that they can dry out, and for the handguard we're going to be using just standard Loctite. So to make things easier, I am going to do one at a time. We're going to start off from tip to butt. I'm going to go with the handguard first. Let's go ahead and clear this table and let's get straight into it. Alright you guys, it's handguard time. So I have taken this down already. I have installed these products already. I do like to make these videos a little more seamless for you so I can guide you the right way and help you save time. I'm super honored to be able to make this review for Midwest Industries. They did send me out these products for review. I'm going to show a detailed 4K installation instruction, and I'm going to enjoy the crap out of it, and we're going to enjoy it together. You're going to watch me enjoy it, and then you're going to want to buy one yourself, and I hope you do, because the Alpha Series for the AK, I mean, I'm more of a tactical guy, and making this AK tactical is just a game changer. So we're going to start off by taking apart the top cover. I did already replace this part here, which I will show you in detail how to do that. We're going to go ahead and fully take it down. This AK is clear. Just go ahead and show you guys that. My apologies for not showing you already. This AK is clear. So I'm going to take apart everything here. I'm going to lift this latch right here up, and we are going to remove this part here. We will have to remove this from the wood, which I have not done yet, so I don't know if it's going to be easy or hard to do. That's one thing from the previous build that I didn't do, so I'm going to have to remove this from the wood. And over here we have another latch here. We want to lift this up all the way to the back, slide this cap out, and start to wiggle out your handguard. Okay, so the handguard is out. Now, here you can go ahead and remove the 6 screws that are on the side, 3 on each side. Do not apply Loctite to these. You do not need Loctite on these. I'm going to save their Loctite, and I'm going to use this Loctite here. So these are tension screws that you would replace these with if these protrude once they hit the barrel. So then you have your Allen keys and the 6 screws right there. Okay, so you do have 2 screws right in here. Okay, right in here you have these 2 screws. These screws lock down the U ring here. Okay, this ring right here. And this also goes into the barrel. So I'm going to remove these 2 set screws. Now on mine, I believe this was done by mistake. If you see here, I have 2 plates. This plate is for this set screw to go into, and I have 2. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this here. As you can see, I already put Vibratite on there. Vibratite is pretty safe to use on just about everything, so I do Vibratite a lot of stuff. It's pretty safe, so you can reuse it like 4 or 5 times. So I like Vibratite. So I'm going to remove one, and I'm going to leave the other because they're both the same. So I'm just going to remove one, and I'm going to put that screw back in there. I'm not going to put it all the way because I am going to Loctite this. So I'm going to do this install pretty much as per the instructions. Okay, just because I do things one way might not be the right way. So I'm going to go per the instructions on this one. I am going to use Loctite, but I'm going to back these out a little bit. And what I had to do was I actually had to loosen these 2 up because I had to remove this so that I could sand down both of my sides. So all you do is you just unscrew these a little bit just to loosen them, and once they're loose, this will become loose as well and slide out. Okay, so but you want to do everything very slowly, 1 step at a time. I had to sand down here and here. So what we do here is we're going to look right in here where the other handguard slid in, and the instructions say to measure it. I just kind of measured it by eye and started removing little by little. I used a Dremel, but you can use what's it called? I completely forgot. I mean, you can use one of those little grinders, you know, just the tool that you just grind. I totally forgot the name, but you get what I'm talking about. So I had to get down to bare metal. Okay, I Dremeled probably about 15 times, just little by little, until I got to where I was happy and it fit nice and snug. And then I pulled this part back and tried to lock it into place. And you know, you do want to hammer it down, but I wasn't going anywhere if I hammered down, so I had to remove some off of the ring as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put this in here. And remember, I made this really snug. I want to be able to use quite a bit of force to get it in there because I don't want any movement in my handguard, and they will not replace this if you screw this up. Okay, so make sure that your ring is properly set and you can close in there. Okay, so I'm going to give it a few taps just to lock it into place. Alright, so as we can see, this is fully seated to the back here. Alright, now here I have already measured mine. So with this, I do have to tap this in a little bit. Okay, we can see that has now become flush. And we should be able to lock this lever down. Okay, just like so. So it was pretty tight to move, but it's moving. It locked in place. It's It's going to be hard to, it's a little tight to get out, but I probably have a little more room to tap this in. Let's see. Yeah, so it's tight. You see, it's going to be, so I can still lift it up, and I can still move it. Okay, but I'm just going to lock it down and let it be. So what we want to do here is we want to back out these two set screws right here. You do have an Allen wrench with a ball nut at the bottom here, and a pro tip that I was given. So mine just fell right down in there. So what my contact suggested to me was to cut a little bit off the curved end here so that you can actually spin it without it hitting the walls. So let's go ahead and Dremel this tip off here. See what happens. It's not going to happen. Okay, so it looks like I don't have the bit that I need, or I can't find it, whatever, but you get the picture. Shorten this down and you should be able to make full rotations right in this little space here. I'm just going to go ahead and do it the harder way and hope that it doesn't slip out on me. I mean, this works, but you just got to keep angling it and turning it, so just take your time, angle that out. Yeah, see, that was set pretty good. And this is that pro tip right here. With a smaller tip, you can, or you should be able to turn it. This Vibratite's set pretty good. So I'm not really going to mess with this. I'm actually just going to screw it down. No, I am. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to do it right. Said I was going to do it right. I'm going to do it right. So unscrew this. I feel like I'm stripping the screw away a little bit. Yep, stripping the screw away. So the round tip is no longer as round as it once was, so maybe the Vibratite from the beginning was a bad idea, guys. So that's why you should always follow instructions. I did use Vibratite, and either the set screw is stripped or the tool is stripped. So the set screw is working. I can unscrew it, but I do know that it does feel stripped. Okay, so make sure you use Loctite. Okay, so that's out. I'm going to bring this one out a little bit more. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to apply thread locker to a Q-tip. And I'm just going to put a little bit on each one. And I'm going to carefully screw these down. And you want to stop until your screw reaches the plate. Okay, my screw reached it there. And we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, screw reached it there. So now that we're secure up to the wall, come on, get out. Now that we're up to the wall, both screws are as far as they will go right here. Now what we want to do is remove these set screws out a little bit and do the same thing. We're going to apply some Loctite onto these. As you can see, I did use that thread locker there as well, but it's all good. I'm going to double it up. I don't think it's going to make an issue. Hoping not. I don't plan to change this AK up either way. This is going to be the way it's going to be right here. So there's one. And there's the other. Alright, now we want to drive these down. Okay, you don't want to go too tight on them, just till they contact, and you can pretty much just give it a little nudge and you're done. Okay, it's there. That's there. And if these screws are protruding out, then you can use the shorter ones that come in the bag. Alright, so once you've gotten the 4 set screws in place, you want to remove one screw at a time. That's what I did, one screw at a time. I put thread locker on there, screwed it back into 20 inch-pounds, so make sure you do that to the 2 of these. So now that we have this secure, what we're going to do now is remove this part from the AK, from the upper of the handguard. So I don't really have much experience in this. I did see someone kind of rotate. Let's see here. Okay, so fairly simple. Rotate it out, and that's it. I don't think I need this. Do I need that? I don't think I need this. That's just going to be loose. Alright, so normally I would, actually I think there's a little bit of oil on here. Let me just spread this around. Should be good. So now we're going to apply this back into the handguard. If I can remember correctly, we want this up. This goes in like this and locks down. Or am I the wrong way? Yes. Alright, so when you do this, you want the lip to be towards the bottom. Slide that in, lock it down. We have this locked down. And now we can install the upper to the handguard. And the way we want to do these is no Loctite. Don't put anything on these. We want to torque these down to 30 inch-pounds. Alright, for this I'm using my Wheeler fat wrench. I'm going to go up to 30 here. Woo, it's looking so good. Man, I kid you not, when I first did this, I was like drooling. This Midwest Industries is just, in my opinion, one of the best companies out there, and I have been blessed to be able to have this relationship with them. And they did send this out, but there really is very little to bash on this company, man. They make really good stuff. I have their furniture on my Marlin 4570 as well. I love it. I just think it's really well made. And 30 inch-pounds. There we go. So now we would normally put this back together and close it up, and you're done. Now if you did get this Midwest Industries handguard, or any Midwest Industries handguard, you can install the amazing Picatinny rail top cover. So we're going to get into that now. I'm going to put all my things on the table here. We do have an M-lock or a pick rail for the M-lock for the handguard that it comes with, so we will be attaching a light to this and installing this somewhere along these lines here. But we're going to do that afterwards. We're going to go ahead and jump into the top cover. What you might want to do first, or what you're going to have to do at some point, is you're going to want to replace this part of your spring. And to do that, you're going to want to depress all the way down. Okay, once you have this down, one easy thing you can do is you can turn this to the side and push it to create sort of like a T, and it locks into place, and then you can remove the little cap on the top and slowly slide the spring back out and replace it with the Midwest Industries one. Okay, so once you have that out of the way, it's time to start assembling the parts for your top cover. One thing that I might suggest is start putting some Vibratite on your screws early. Let's go ahead and shake this up a little bit, because you can let the Vibratite set 10 to 20 minutes and your Vibratite should be dry. So I'm also going to use a Q-tip for this and just dip it in there and apply a little bit along each of these screws. Alright, thread locker is now applied to all the screws. We're going to take these brackets right here, okay? And once again, you can only use this pick rail top cover if you have the Midwest Industries handguard. So I'm going to slide this right into, when I screw it down too hard, should be able to get in there. And that's why you don't use thread locker. Okay? So we're going to go back to the 30. I'm just going to try to remove one, see if I can open up the space to wedge this in here. Alright, there we go. We are wedged in. And you want to make sure that this kind of faces backwards, okay? So you're going in this direction because you're going to be locking in with the wrong one. You're going to be locking in just like this, okay? So make sure this faces backwards. I'm going to give these screws a few minutes to dry up. Alright, so now that we have this steel support bracket aligned here, I'm going to go ahead and put two of these screws in. We're not going to torque them down, we just want to secure it. These will be torqued down to 10 inch-pounds, but like I said, you just want to kind of screw it in just to hold it in place. Once we have this in, we're going to take our bracket, and I believe I have the wrong one. No, I have the right one. So we're going to take the M-lock part of it, and we're going to put it right into the first slot right there, and that should align perfectly with the screw. We're going to just screw these down. I gotta change the bit again. We're going to just screw these down. These will be going down to a 20 inch-pound torque. And now that we have that in, we're going to put the third one in here. And just screw it down. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to flip this over. I'm going to take the steel support bar. We're going to slide it. See if we can't slide it in, or if it's going to, okay, we slid it right in. Going to put two of these in. Alright, now we're going to take this side beam, we're going to do the same thing, we're just going to place it right into the M-locks. Okay, that aligns right up in there. Going to go by instructions and snug this down. And then we screw this down. Alright, so nothing is torqued down yet. Okay, we want it kind of loose so that we can properly secure everything in before we do that. So now we're going to take our top cover and slide it into place like so. And we now have our two screws here. So we're going to take these screws. I'm just going to use their bit here and secure this down. The same thing on the other side. Alright, so now that we have everything pretty much in place, we're going to torque it down. So once again, the small screws on the steel bar goes down to 10. I gotta remember to do this one back to 30. So we have 10, and then we have 20 on the M-locks. I'm just gonna do all my 10s first. So go ahead and flip this over. Torque that down. 10. Okay, now we can switch this out and go up to 20. And if you find interest in this Wheeler fat wrench, make sure you're going on the bar here. I'm going to leave a link in the description. I am loving this tool set. It is the Pro set which I got, which has like 100 pieces, and it is awesome. So I highly recommend taking a look at the Wheeler fat wrench. I think it's an essential tool to have in the collection if you like to do your own gunsmithing. It comes in handy. So I'm going to go to 30 now. Okay, I'm going to bring the handguard back up to a 30. Okay, and now all we have left are the two here. 30. And 30. So the top cover is done. Okay, so you've already replaced your spring, and it is extended over here. That is the main difference that I saw. It's extended compared to the other one. So we're going to go ahead and put this back together here. Well, you can go ahead and put it back together and you are done. Okay, it should fit snug. Mine, I didn't need to make any adjustments for the spring to fit through the hole here. It just fit perfectly. It is a little tight, so I may have to shave it down a little bit, but it fits really snug. So now to the final part, we have our stock replacement. We're going to start off by taking out this screw here and this screw right in here. Alright, now on the stock, I may need to do some tweaking and adjustments to make everything fit properly. For this one, I'm going to use my Fix-It Sticks. Fix-It Sticks is an awesome toolkit. It is great for armorers and your everyday carry on the go. This little kit has saved me many times, so this is always in my go bag when I go to the range. You have some torque bits as well. So I did want to give these a test between the wheeler, because the wheeler you can adjust from 10 all the way up to 80 or 70. 70 I think it is. So there's a wider adjustment on the fat wrench, but I do love my Fix-It Sticks. I will also leave a link for those in the description. Anything you do buy from these channels, it is an affiliate link, so it does help the channel. So consider helping your boy out. Alright, so we have removed, we're removing both of these screws. I forgot if you have to remove this one, I don't remember, but I'm just gonna remove it. And it just slides right out. Did have to remove both, okay. So because mine has the Tang, Midwest has an adapter for the Tang. The first one they sent was an option to remove the Tang, and I didn't want to. This is a Wasser 1063, and it is a classic. I didn't want to change the original form of it, so I sent out, or I'm going to send back the other adapter they sent me, and we're going to install this. So we have these screws, and we have a screw, and we have the tension brackets pieces that come in here, and we have some thread or Vibratite as well. Once you've removed your stock, we need to remove the grip, and for this one we have a special upgrade. Super excited about this one as well. We're going to go ahead and remove this screw here. Now, I have never actually taken apart an AK screw, so I have no idea, or an AK grip. So, okay, it's just a long screw. Just going to remove that, and we're also supposed to remove. We're also supposed to remove this here. I don't exactly remember which way it goes in. My camera just shut off and I don't know why. So I've screwed these in a little bit just so they can kind of poke out, and now I'm going to hammer this thing in, make sure it goes in all the way. That's going to be fun to remove. Woo! So it's awesome that they provided Vibratite again, but thread locker is not required for this bracket. I'm just going to screw this down and make sure that it's nice and snug. Make it nice and snug. Don't need to go crazy with it and over tighten, so just make it nice and snug. We're going to put this bracket back in there. Okay, it's back in place and it's pointing backwards. And now we're going to apply the new grip. Here we have the Driven Arms Shadow SCG grip. Absolutely love Driven Arms grips. It is extremely comfortable, very well made. You have a floor plate down here so you can store things. And it just fit in perfectly into this Wasser. Now these lock in really well. You can see these two tabs right here, and the 2 tabs towards the front, they both lock into the grip. If you can see here, you have a locking area down inside there, as well as on the front side here. So once this is in, it's locked down very, very well. You actually have to dig your finger in there and pull it out. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed. All right, and let me see if my beautiful, the tool works. Now it's fitment and aligning the screw properly. I'm going to try. What I'm going to do is turn this upside down so that I can screw up in there. Hoping this doesn't fall out. I think I have it in place here. Oh my god. Oh my god. This just completely changed the look of this AK with this flimsy little grip to this beauty. Alright, so we have our handguard in, top cover in, the pick rail adapter in, super easy installation. I think it's going to be hard if I ever want to remove that, but alright, here we go. This was the mat for the stock. So we're going to loosen up the pick rail adapter here. We're going to install it right onto this pick rail and tighten it down. Whoops, don't slide out there. Oh my god, I'm almost done. Okay. Now it is adjustable in many different ways. You can adjust the height of the butt. You can adjust the height of the cheek rest. And you just unscrew these. If you want flush screws, they also do provide 2 screws that will be flush mounted on here. I'm just going to leave it as it is, and I'm probably just going to remove this and raise this up a little bit, but I'll go adjusting as needed. Alright guys, so I've realized that here I have 2 options. For the folding stock to work, it's kind of bumping into the Tang. So let me zoom in here. If I try to lift this and fold it, it bumps into the Tang. Another thing that I noticed, you want to make sure you don't over tighten this. 35 inch-pounds, it's where it's supposed to be. If you over tighten, I think it's going to be pretty hard to manipulate the folding. Could just be because it's new, but when I tighten this down a little too hard, it was hard to unfold the stock. So I can either move the stock down and it's going to be hanging down here, or I can shave a little bit off of the Tang, and I'm okay shaving off the Tang versus moving it down and not being able to grab fully onto the pick rail. So I'm going to take this off. I'm going to use my Dremel and I'm going to sand down here a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright, I've shaved a little bit off. Now let's see how this looks. Slide this down as much as possible. Nope, moving the whole thing. So I'm going to lock this down a little more. All right. There we go. So just a little bit removed allows for the stock to fold. So here we want to tighten this down to 35 inch-pounds. So let's use the fix-it sticks to find this bit. Got it. Let's go up to 35. 35. All right, so that's pretty tight. I'm going to see. Okay, we can still open and close. And let's look at some of the features here. So, as I mentioned, we can unscrew these and adjust your cheek rest. Let's bring that up to maybe there. Got a long bony face, man. Make the cheeks comfortable. Then we can also unscrew here and on both sides and adjust the stock. So let's see if I do. Raise that up to about there. And then we can also adjust the length. So you push down on this button right here and you can slide it out. Have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, it looks like 6. Come on. Come on. I know you want. Oh, okay, it is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 adjustable positions. Pretty long. So it is pretty secure. I mean, it's not, once it locks, it's pretty locked. It's hard to even adjust. I think it's because it rides differently, so you don't want to really move the whole thing and grip the whole thing. You just want to kind of grip, you know, you can almost just move it, you know, without. There you go. So it's all about learning. Learning your gun. I'm gonna try it right there. Let's see how this looks. Oh my god, that feels so good. I mean, the adjustment just feels so good. Let's see where I was before. So I was even farther out, but this just feels perfect. I might have to bring the cheek rest down a little bit, but that's just adjustments and personalizing that we have to do. Alright, now if you want to change the position of your stock to left or right, the way it folds, you're going to want to unscrew the 2 screws found on the inside of the folding stock that screws into the stock itself. Okay, so from the folding adapter, you have 2 screws into the stock. You want to remove these 2 and flip it, and I believe flip your adapter as well. And once you do that, you want to torque it down to 15 inch-pounds. So I am leaving it to the left. I believe to the right it would obstruct it would obstruct the ejection port. I'm going to remove the 2 screws. I'm actually going to do one at a time. Supposed to let it dry, but I'm breaking rules. I think soaked up in there already. All right, now we're gonna lock it down. Am I using the right bit on this? I don't think I'm using the right bit. Damn. So I don't know what size this is, okay? Okay, that feels a little bit 330 seconds. What the heck is going on? No, it's not 330 seconds. I don't know, guys. So just use the wrench that it came with. And tighten that sucker down a little bit. It's not a lot. The thread locker will do its job. And that's it. Now, what I'm going to do is close up this Fibertight, open up the top cover. I suck at this. I really suck at this. Don't judge me. Alright, that felt better. I'm just gonna rock with it. I'm gonna put the spring in. I'm gonna lock this into place right here. Lock the cover down. See, it locks right into place. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Look at this, guys. We have completed the full install of the Midwest Industries Alpha Furniture on the AK47. This is a Wasser 1063. I believe it is built in 1971, but absolutely phenomenal. The grip, absolutely amazing. Super excited for this build. Stay tuned. We're going to be upgrading this, and I have a few small upgrades to do. I have a safety lever that's coming in, has the lever down here, and also a component for an internal part in the AK. Alright, you guys, so we finished the build. I hope this helps one of you, somebody out there. I was told that my Marlin video has helped quite a few people with their installation as well. So this stuff does take a long time. The editing, the work, the preparation. Like I said, I had done this once before. I took it all apart just to do it right for you guys. The stock and the grip, we just kind of went with it. But it takes a long time. So we do hope that this helps you guys facilitate the installation of your products. So Midwest Industries makes some of the coolest products that I have seen. They have always been top tier stuff. The AK Alpha is renowned and spoken by all the big YouTubers, Colin Noir and a bunch of other ones. You just gotta ask yourself, what do you want? Would you rather have this classic AK-47 or this beautiful AR-47? It's an easy pick for me. This one's up to you. I custom made a shirt. Midwest, I hope you guys don't mind in this collaboration that we have for this project. I made an awesome shirt. I kind of worked around your logo, put my logo on. I have the AK up. I love your stuff, man. I hope we can continue this beautiful relationship together. Thank you to the people, the viewers. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. I just made partner yesterday, so I am extremely excited for what's coming down the road. But this wouldn't be possible without any of you, so I want to extend a sincere gratitude to each and every one of you. Mighty fam, one team, we are growing. And luckily I have made some really good relationships with some awesome companies that will hopefully allow me to bring some cool content for you guys. So stay tuned. This rifle is not done. I am still going to add some lights, some probably some foregrips. We're going to tack it out. I also have a scope because we're going to be seeing the difference between an accuracy of your irons on a traditional AK and the Hollow Sun 510C, and we're going to test the distance with a scope. So stay tuned. Good things coming. I hope to catch you guys in the next one. Peace.